So I woke up to the news this morning that the embargo for Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain has now been lifted. What that now means is that the games media are having a fantastic day today, distributing a wealth of information about the new game in the Metal Gear franchise, particularly reviews. The fantastic news, of course, is that all across the internet, Phantom Pain is getting fantastic scores. We're talking 8.5s, 9s, 10s in some cases, 4.5 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. It's looking fantastic for this game so far. The excitement really is here now. But there is one thing that I was quite concerned about, which is what I want to quickly touch on today. They have all commented on the lack of story, and the other concern is that they are saying that Big Boss has suddenly turned into a silent character. Now, one thing I've got to say with regards to Metal Gear is that Metal Gear Solid changed everything in terms of how we consume stories in video games. They changed everything and gave it a very nice Hollywood sheen that we were all craving, which was to push games forward as far as narrative. Taking away the story as a core point to Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain is quite concerning from what we've read today. And one thing that we always have to remember when we look back at Metal Gear Solid games is that we always think more of the story than anything else. We think of characters being fleshed out, bosses being fleshed out, certain things, the twists that can happen within the story of all the Metal Gear Solid games. Peace Walker was such a huge surprise to everyone because not only again did we think that it was going to be a small game because it was on a handheld, but you know, it had a huge story, it had a fantastic story. It introduced us to characters that we just weren't expecting. You know, playing that, knowing what you were going to be potentially expecting in Phantom Pain got me very, very excited for September 1st when that game finally comes out. To know that there could be potentially a very shallow story concerns me quite a lot. We've heard that Kiefer Sutherland has got a very, very small part in the role of Big Boss. What that now means is that we could be potentially seeing Big Boss become that modern day anti-hero that we've all feared. And I'm talking about the ones that really don't have much of a character, they don't really have much of a personality. And when we look back at Metal Gear Solid, we've got to remember that Snake was not one of those characters at all. You know, David Hayter was able to bring out this fantastic character who had a lot of mysterious layers to him that we played to uncover. If it is true what they say, and I can't imagine they'll want to lie to people, but if it's true what they say about the reviews that Big Boss has taken a step back from his dialogue, then I'm actually quite concerned about Phantom Pain now. Metal Gear is what it is because of the story. Gameplay was okay, but it was always secondary to the story, in my opinion. Now, it's great to hear that the gameplay is there and solid and it's got hundreds of hours of content for us, which is fantastic. But let's not forget that Metal Gear is what it is because of its narrative and because it pushed the boundaries as far as narrative is concerned. Now it's time to worry, and we've got about a week before we all find out what we all think about the final part potentially in Big Boss's story. So am I concerned? Yes, I am. Gameplay sounds good, but without a good narrative, it just isn't Metal Gear Solid for me.